get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
Hi, Secretary Clinton. Would you sign this for me?
Sure. What's your name?
If you can make it out to Christopher Stevens. I think you knew him.
Oh, no, just... Yeah, I'm not going to make it out to Chris Stevens.
What difference does it make?
Here it goes, here.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Smith Radio. Your host, Brian Smith, giving you all the late-breaking news, all the details, all the little tidbits of information you didn't hear while you were sleeping last night. I stayed up all night doing research for you, trying to find out what the heck is going on with WikiLeaks, going on with the Clintons, going on with the campaign, Trump-Pence 2016. That soundbite you just heard, and there's a lot of undercover new media, if you will, that's going around and running around trying to do the job that the media is supposed to be doing. Media doesn't do their job anymore. Fox News just did a hit piece on Trump, basically calling Trump out as a crazy, buying into conspiracy theories for saying that this election's rigged. It's rigged by the media. It's rigged because the media is in bed with Hillary Clinton. However, all the WikiLeaks emails, the leaks that just keep coming and coming and coming. I think last night on our Sunday night on our show, the Podesta leaks, Podesta 10 leak, was a total of 15,200 leaks 200 documents so far. More documents that come out, FBI involved, State Department involved. Folks, I can't even begin to tell you how angry, how frustrated, how just the system needs to be brought down. There's no question about it. I mean, I never wanted to be that guy that have to say that. I never wanted to have to go down that road. I always wanted to be, okay, we can fix this. We can make this work. We can make this happen. Let's just do a workaround. No, there is no workaround. They're too embedded. They're too in tight. The media is so incestuously locked in with the Hillary Clinton campaign. Hillary Clinton's so locked in with the State Department, locked in with the FBI. She's tied into she's got branches. You want to talk about an octopus? I know the one accuser out of 9 fake accusers that have accused Trump of improprieties, 9 fake ones. The one on the airplane that said something about him being an octopus. That was kind of funny. Been refuted, been debunked. So that's fake. But you want to talk about an octopus? Clinton Foundation, Clinton campaign. Octopus arms, tentacles everywhere. Take the tentacles in the government, the United States government, tentacles in the Russian government, tentacles in foreign governments, China, Iran, Saudi Arabia. It's just unbelievable to think for one split second. And I'm so tired of this anger towards Donald Trump. I'm so tired of this media just blasting. And we knew it was going to come. We knew it was going to happen, that the media was going to turn on him and just bring out the long knives and start stabbing and stabbing and stabbing and stabbing away. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have that energy. To be able to do what Trump is doing right now, to take the fireballs, the heat, there is not one person that's not coming for him. Think about that. There is not one single media outlet that is not shining a positive light on Trump regularly. Except for maybe Fox Business News. And I don't know what's going on over there. But apparently Fox Business News is doing a whole lot better job than the rest of them. Fox Business News is breaking news on emails, breaking news on FBI stories, breaking news on all kinds of stuff. But that's Fox Business. Folks, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand any of this going on in the sense that how is this allowed to perpetuate? It is official. You woke up on October 18th, 2016, and I'm here to tell you, Brian Smith, I'm here to tell you on Smith Radio that you're waking up to a banana republic. You live in America in a banana republic ran by morally bankrupt dictator wannabes, liars, cheats, and thieves by hook or by crook, whatever it takes. The media was as the founding fathers had it be, the media was supposed to be technically like the unofficial fourth arm of government, or the fourth branch of government, which would help to keep the checks and balances. Thank you, JFK, for getting in bed with the media, making them feel a part of your administration. And you actually did. You added them to your administration so that they would write good pieces about you. And as soon as you died, the whole Camelot thing was raised, and you went down in history as one of the greatest presidents yeah. All those sexual scandals never came out, did they? If you read the book by Bill O'Reilly, Killing Kennedy, you will be shocked and amazed at how morally bankrupt JFK was. I mean, but then again, what Democrat isn't bankrupt morally? And I'm not here to be the bearer of bad news, but I do want to tell you folks that we need to fight the good fight. We need to keep on fighting. There is a possibility we can make this happen. We will make this happen. One way or another, we're going to make this happen. And before I get too far ahead, I do want to promote something that we started. We started a GoFundMe page, gofundme.com/Smith Radio and the number 3. I don't know why. That's the actual campaign. But if you go to gofundme.com and just type in Smith Radio, all one word, will come up, and it'll be the first one. So we've been privileged enough to be granted press passes, so we can actually go to events, to Trump events, and go into the press corps and pretend to be the press people stuff. And so we're going to take full advantage of that. And while CNN, MSNBC, and CBS, and Fox, and whoever's there, they've got their cameras, they've got their talking heads, Carrie and I are going to crack out our cell phones and start periscoping the event from media. So it's amazing what the good Lord above has in store for us. So we started a GoFundMe page because we do need equipment. We need equipment, mobile equipment, not for mobile phones, but for mobility equipment, for mobility to actually be able to broadcast live at a Trump event. And that's what we'll do. We'll go to the Trump event and we will broadcast video via video feed, via audio feed, whichever one we can make happen from the Trump event. So if you would, please go to GoFundMe.com, Smith Radio, and take a look at the FundMe page that we set up. Please, anything helps. $5, $10, whatever you got, whatever you can help us with, anything helps so that we can meet our goal and help bring all this to you from the new media. This is the new media that is going to be changing the world. It's going to be changing the scope. We and a handful of us in the new media, speaking of new media, James O'Keefe, he's definitely in the new media. Mike Cernovich, new media. Bill Mitchell, new media. Prison Planet, new media. These are the new media people that are out there. We are getting this out there to you, the correct information when it happens, as soon as it happens. I will be the first one to tell you if something that Trump does is wrong. I'll tell you he did something and he did it wrong. I will. I promise you. I will tell you the left that's wrong. I will tell you the right that's wrong. We're not here to hold back. We're not here to hold any punches whatsoever. But I will tell you the hypocrisy from the left is suffocating. Everything that is wrong with this country has been perpetuated from the left and spilled over incestuously to the right. You got Paul Ryan, who's in bed with Democrats. Paul Ryan, who's in bed with NBC, connected to NBC, who got the video of Trump joking around about grabbing women in a posse, although he never did. It's just a joke. That came out last week or so. And then, by the way, apparently NBC has just now fired Billy Bush. Billy Bush yesterday was let go, no longer working at NBC. Okay. I don't know what that solved. I don't know. It's the media's way of keeping this story, perpetuating this story and keeping it going, no matter how debunked. And see, that's another thing. The media never vetted any of these women that claim that Trump groped them or something or other. Well, here's the problem. The problem is they don't need to vet them. They went out and found people that they could pay to do this too. Right. No, absolutely. All right. So what do we want to dig into? Let's dump into... All right, let's dump into the hacked emails. Let's dump into all that because WikiLeaks is dropping left and right. Hold on. Before we get into the emails, let's talk about Julian Assange. When we ended our show at 8 o'clock on Sunday evening, and you can listen to us at smithradio.com. If you want a direct link to the live event, smithradio.net. That'll take you right to the Spreaker page where you can listen to us live. Or you can go to our website, smithradio.com. In the top right-hand corner, you'll see a big red button that says live. Click that. That'll take you there. Or if you look to the top right, it'll say iHeartRadio. And that'll take you to iHeart page so that you can listen to us on your phone on iHeart. Okay. Julian Assange. When we ended our show at 8 p.m. Sunday evening, this went down. Apparently, Julian Assange has set up a dead man switch, meaning if he were to die, then X, Y, and Z would be triggered. X, Y, and Z would release, meaning information would be released. This special information would be released based on the fact that I may or may not be dead. And then there's a 24-hour wait period. If he's not dead, but he comes back and then pulls the switch back, says, okay, I'm not dead, I'm good, then everything's fine. If he doesn't release the switch in 24 hours, then the information he released will be unlocked so that everybody can see it. The keys will be available and be unlocked for everybody to see it. So that's what went down on Sunday. And then yesterday, Monday, we found out that the embassy that he's been living in like a hotel, the Ecuadorian embassy, and I apologize, I got that wrong on Sunday's show. I said something about Haiti. I was thinking about Clinton and the Haiti debacle, so I want to apologize for that, folks. But the Ecuador embassy, he's been held up there for 4 straight years, literally living in a hotel room for 4 straight years. His only contact with the outside world is through the internet. Now, he has a team of people outside in the real world dumping all this information, gathering this information, sorting through it, and then putting it back out there. So even if something happened to Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, if he did die, the leaks would still keep coming. But at one point in time, Hillary Clinton said that she wanted to drone him and kill him. Thank goodness that didn't happen. That was leaked. Apparently, John Kerry, over the weekend, threatened Britain and Ecuador and said that if you do not produce Julian Assange, there'd be some very strict and very harsh penalties on you. So John Kerry has been forced to get involved. Ecuador had cut internet access to Julian. So he had no way to access the internet, and that was the number one trigger to go ahead and put that information out there, saying that it's possible Julian may be dead. But apparently he's not. As far as we know, he's not. Okay. So why would John Kerry want Julian Assange out of the embassy? Well, as soon as Assange leaves the embassy, he will be arrested immediately by the English government and extradited to, I believe it's Switzerland. Something to do with rape accusations or rape case, something that Julian says is absolutely false, and it's a red herring. It's only to get him to Switzerland, which would be an extradition, he would be extradited immediately to America, and once he gets here, well, you wind up like that the guy who made the video that caused the disruption in Benghazi. Go figure, right? I don't know. Okay, so that's what all we know on Julian right now and Assange. All the WikiLeaks, they're dumping information, and this information is now exposing the American government, the federal FBI, the State Department, Hillary Clinton as when she was Secretary of State, the Clinton Foundation, Leon Podesta, which is her head guy. Robbie Mook is involved. He's the head of the campaign. All various media outlets, CNN, MSNBC, all the talking heads that we all knew they were in bed with the Clintons, but it's just affirmation. It's confirmation that everything we ever thought is absolutely true, 100%. The Clintons are in bed with the media. They're in bed with the government. It's all pay to play. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Quid pro quo. It is what it is, and we've got to end this. We've got to end this pay to play. We've got to end the big lobbyists up in Washington, D.C. that dump money on Congress people and seduce them in order to pass bills or to do things. Big money that pulls up, scandals on you from the past to twist your arm, to make you do things you wouldn't do normally. We've got to end all this. Electing Donald J. Trump as president 2016 for America, I believe, in my heart of heart, I honestly believe that he will do everything in his power to help end that, clean this up, and straighten this out. I honestly believe it. I got no information at hand that says he won't do what he says he's going to do. Let's put it that way. Okay, so on the WikiLeaks, Chris Cuomo from CNN, here's what he had to say. He was quite upset. Here's what he had to say about the WikiLeaks.
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us. And in full disclosure, let's take a look at what is in there and what it means. Joining us now, CNN.
Did you hear that? It's a real short clip, but let me play it again real quick.
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
Okay, so the media, and this is their attitude. They're so elitist. They're so special. The media is allowed to possess hacked documents, but me, Brian P. Smith, with Smith Radio, who now has press credentials. So I guess maybe I'm allowed to have them now. I have press credentials to be able to enter into the press corps there to Trump campaigns or Trump rallies. So I'm immune because I'm now a press corps. I'm immune. But you, John Q. Public, you're not allowed to look at these documents. You're not allowed to possess them. You're not allowed to know what's in them. But I'll tell you what, we as press corps, we're allowed to look at them. And we're going to read them, and we're going to tell you what's in them. I know. It stinks. It stinks. It's god awful. It is. Absolutely, it stinks. It's so bad. It's so awful that now you've got CNN flat out lying to you that it's against the law. It's a crime to be in possession of these documents. I mean, just threatening you. All right, let's get into the big one that happened yesterday. Here's the big one that went down yesterday, and more of the evidence. We broke it on Sunday evening. We talked about the pay-to-play, the quid pro quo of the Clinton Foundation trying to get the FBI to change documents, to change the top secret, declassified, classified, to change those. Yesterday, it was confirmed that the FBI was approached, and the FBI was talked to and approached about the changing of these documents. And I've got okay. Let's go with Catherine Herridge, phenomenal correspondent for Fox News in Washington. She's on Brit Hume. There's a little bit of a long clip, but it breaks it all down, and it puts it into a nutshell. And Catherine does an incredible job at explaining exactly what's going on. So here's Catherine right here.
Newly released FBI documents show a senior State Department official proposed a quid pro quo in order to get the FBI to strip the classification on an email from Hillary Clinton's private server. Fox News Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge has the story. Catherine,
thank
what
you,
happened
Britt.
here?
This particular email relates to the Benghazi terrorist attacks in 2012. And a senior lieutenant for Secretary Clinton, Patrick Kennedy, had a discussion with the FBI, and he said, look, we need to make this unclassified, and we also want to keep it away from the public. And maybe, if you scratch my back, I will scratch yours.
In what way?
That they would okay overseas postings.
State Department would.
Yes, correct, for FBI agents in places that they are not operating at that time.
So they needed this, the FBI...
Hold on. And places they weren't operating at the time, and places they were not authorized to operate, yet they wanted to operate. But they weren't authorized, but they wanted to operate in some of these areas.
Desired to have their agents
Correct.
able to operate in certain places where the State Department basically had forbidden them
That's
to do
correct.
so, correct?
It would be in overseas embassies, yes, correct.
Overseas embassies. So he Patrick Kennedy, suggested this to the FBI. So you change the classification on this document,
That's right.
which would have to be produced if it
For the public.
for the public, so that it wouldn't appear that she had a classified document on her server,
Correct.
right?
That's right. And it wasn't just on one occasion. Based on these new FBI documents, it happened on 3 separate occasions. When he was turned down, he said, well, who can I take it higher up the chain to discuss? And at the briefing today...
At the FBI.
That's correct. And at the briefing today, we asked the State Department to explain whether this was really in keeping with their high ethical standards. Let's listen. Is that in keeping with the high ethical standards of the State Department?
We, Pat Kennedy, all of us at the State Department are going to make their case as best they can. That's called interagency exchange and the kind of discussions that we carry out all the time.
The FBI agent either got it wrong or is lying in this 302?
As I understand this, Catherine, this was any idea or any really assertion that this was somehow tit for tat or a quid pro quo exchange of in that manner really, frankly, is insulting.
So what the State Department said today was that these FBI agents got it wrong and that this was simply their opinion in these interview summaries. But you know, this is not how the system works. And we asked the FBI whether they accepted the State Department's position that their agents got it wrong and were essentially incompetent in understanding what Kennedy was trying to communicate.
And what did the FBI say?
The FBI has not responded. What's interesting to me is the way in which the State Department and the FBI are emphasizing the email's classification was never changed. No additional slots for the FBI were granted by the State Department overseas. So this swap or the quid pro quo never took place.
Right.
But you know that that's not the issue.
We don't have any reason to believe it took place.
That's right. That's correct. But that's not the issue. The issue is he was trying to do a deal. And even an effort to bribe a federal official is a criminal offense, even the attempt.
Right.
Whether it's successful or not.
I guess we shouldn't hold our breath waiting for this one to be prosecuted, though, should we?
Well, what I have my eye on is that after November, the chairman of the House Government Oversight Committee has said that he's going to hold at least 4 hearings based on these documents, and one of them is on the role of Kennedy and the altering of the classification on these emails. And tonight, Chaffes and the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Devin Nunez, have written to Secretary Kerry and said they want Kennedy's immediate removal. Now, that's not going to happen, but it can tell you that there's a lot more pressure.
Yeah, we haven't heard the last of this.
That's correct. Yeah,
Catherine,
thank you.
thanks very much.
Did you get all that? Yeah. Yeah, we've got a lot of messed up situations going on. The FBI has no idea what they're doing. The State Department knows what they're doing. They're trying to get the FBI in on their deal. They're trying to work it out for Clinton. It's unbelievable. And then we've got Judge Napolitano. I really respect this guy. He's really incredible. He was on the O'Reilly Factor, and he says, in the very beginning of this clip, it's kind of cut off, but he's saying, in my career, I have never seen.
Career, Bill, where an effort is made to change a document after it is evidence in a criminal prosecution. That's obstruction of justice. That's tampering with evidence. That's offering a bribe. Why wasn't somebody charged with these crimes by the FBI?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we talk over and over and over again. All these, innocent people who are not innocent. I mean, just average people who do certain things that get the book thrown at them. I mean, I know Martha Stewart did lie, and she did do a crime, and she went to jail. Hillary Clinton has done exponentially worse than her. Not only that, but this came out yesterday, too. There's a general who's now up on charges and being charged right now for doing one thing of the thousands of things that Hillary Clinton has done. Yes, you can look that up. It's absolutely true. I mean, General Petraeus, he had his lover or whatever, and he talked to her about certain things and discussed stuff with her, and that came out and literally ruined his career, ruined his life. Yet Hillary Clinton is doing this and getting caught with doing backdoor deals, quid pro quo deals, scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, with the FBI. And that's legit, that's okay, that's fine. No, it's not okay, it's not fine. This is rigged. All of this is rigged. For her to think that she can get away with, for the State Department to think that they can get away with trickery, bribery, lying, cheating, stealing. Dude, you guys work for us, the people. You don't just willy-nilly work for yourself. You work for us. You're supposed to be doing your job for us. Another email came out with one of Clinton's advisors, Clinton's staff advisor, high-up advisors, scolding Clinton, saying that Benghazi was absolutely her fault, which we got no bones about it. But that's nice, and it's interesting to see that people in her camp are blaming her for the things that she has or hasn't done. Real quick, this is that Catherine Herridge exchange back and forth with the spokesman. Listen to how he's just beside himself. He can't even answer the question.
Congressman Chaffes and Congressman Nunez have called for the immediate removal of Patrick Kennedy.
That's their prerogative, but I can say that Pat Kennedy is going to remain at his job, and he has the full confidence of the Secretary of State.
So there you go. There you go. Pat Kennedy's going to stay at his job and, work for the Secretary of State and the State Department. He does what they want him to do. And if you disagree with anybody up there, Hillary's got a message for you. If you disagree with her and anything she's doing, here's her message.
The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
Really, folks? Really? I mean, this is just unbelievable. It never ends. And now we've got this breaking undercover video. James O'Keefe, who's banned on news now, he's supposed to be interviewed, and the news was supposed to interview him on some of these groundbreaking undercover stories he's been doing, but no, the media doesn't want anything to do with that. Not anymore. James, you're going too deep. You're going off the rails. However, we love him in our world because he's exposing the Clinton machine, the Clinton campaign, for starting and inciting all the riots and all the violence and paying people to riot and be violent, especially at Trump rallies. Now check this out. This is about a minute long, and it's an undercover video. So you're just going to hear the audio, obviously, but it's a little bit broken. But listen really carefully as James is attempting to get a job and what his job entails to do for the Clinton camp.
There's a script.
Oh, there is a script.
There's a script.
Okay.
There's a script of engagement. Sometimes the crazies bite, and sometimes the crazies don't bite.
He's talking about Trump supporters. Sometimes the crazies bite. Sometimes the crazies don't bite.
Starting confrontations in the line, right? They're not starting confrontations
to volunteers
in the rally, because once they're inside the rally, they're under Secret Service's control. When they're outside the rally,
they're more affected out. They're harder to get in.
The media will cover it no matter where it happens.
I assume it's always in the rally.
Initiating the conflict by having leading conversations with people who are naturally psychotic.
Right.
Okay, I mean, honestly, it is not hard to get some of these assholes to pop off.
Right.
It's a matter of showing up to want to get into the rally in a Planned Parenthood t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Or, Trump is a Nazi. You can message to draw them out and draw them to punch you.
I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. This is a fact. This is what's going on in this world. And how is this woman allowed to run for president of the United States? It just infuriates me. There's a young lady at our church that we go to church with, and she's got a very prominent position in the church, and she does very, very well at her job, and she's a really good person. I really like her, yet I think she's in her 30s, yet she's not. I don't think she's going to vote for Hillary Clinton, but she's upset that she's not voting for Clinton. Yes, I'm not kidding you. The woman who wants partial birth abortion, the woman who says it's okay to abort on the birthday of the baby, because that's the law, the one who upholds Roe v. Wade, the one who's willing to kill or allowed to be killed, Ambassador Christopher Stevens and 3 others in Benghazi. I mean, it's just the list goes on and on and on. It's one after another with this woman, and let's see if we can pull up. Here we go. I wanted to pull up this. Actually, I wanted to talk about this last night, but we didn't get a chance. It has to do with all the issues surrounding Clinton. Okay, Hillary Clinton, lies, scandal, cover-up, campaign fraud, murder. She was an unethical, dishonest lawyer. She conspired to violate the Constitution, the rules of House, the rules of committee, and the rules of confidentiality. Received illegal bribes from China for presidential re-election campaign fund. Benghazi, neglected to beef up security in Benghazi or provide an emergency team to intercept terrorists. People that have died around Hillary Clinton. 45 bodyguards, 14 witnesses, 5 politicians, 2 lawyers, 2 journalists, 7 fundraisers, 1 CIA agent, and 1 Navy admiral. She was fired for unethical behavior while on Watergate Commission. This is Hillary Clinton we're talking about. Emailgate. Both Clintons covered up and suppressed information. Ken Starr and Congress over 1 million potentially incriminating emails. She also stole the State Department, the state furniture from the White House and had to return it. You want to talk about a pathetic waste. Okay. Mastermind of the land fraud scheme Whitewater. Fired head of White House travel office to give jobs to her friends, called Travelgate. Had to reinstate them and remove her friends. Instructed Secretary of Commerce Ken Brown to illegally sell seats on the Democrat trade missions. Now, we know a recent Democrat in Chicago went to jail for trying to sell Obama a seat. Right. He didn't. He attempted to, but he didn't. Right. He went to jail. She lied about being under sniper fire in Bosnia. Filegate. Illegally ordered up to 900 FBI files so that she could... This is when Bill Clinton was president. She ordered up over 900 FBI files. She had a thug. They hired a thug who couldn't pass the background check to save his life to be in charge of their documents and files. Right. And so he was able to get a hold of 900 FBI files and hand them to Hillary Clinton. And these files would be ammunition for her going after her enemies. This is exactly what Adolf Hitler did. This is what every dictator that has ever become a dictator and taken over an entire country, this is what they do. This is how they do it. She is doing it in the right way as a dictator would to overtake, to overthrow. We are in a coup. The GOP is having their own inner civil war, their coup and civil war. But we are in a coup for America's being overthrown. Our laws, our rules, our regulations, they're all being overthrown and they're being ignored. All the laws are being ignored. And when you have people ignoring the laws and not upholding the laws, you wind up into a banana republic where there ain't no laws. Oh, okay. So let's do the one about Dick Morris. Dick Morris came out and had a quick little talk and an interview, and he's like, here's the Hillary Clinton I know. Here's Dick Morris. Dick Morris has been with the Clinton family for 20, 30, 40 years. Very good friends with Bill Clinton for years and years and years and years. He saw everything in the White House. He was a part of all of that, and he saw it all. Wrote a tell-all book about Hillary Clinton. He still likes Bill Clinton. He's still down with Bill Clinton, even though he's a pedophile and possibly video footage may surface of Bill Clinton with underage girls on the pedophile island, which he frequented often. Anyways, I digress. Dick Morris on Hillary Clinton.
The people want to know Hillary. The Hillary that I knew back here in Arkansas. When she was in the Benghazi hearings, when she said...
Okay, apologize, folks. Let me preface this real quick. This is a montage of different people talking. I believe that Dick Morris will be at the end of this.
What difference does it make? They're dead.
What difference at this point does it make?
That's the Hillary I know.
We came, we saw, he died.
Hi, Secretary Clinton. Would you sign this for me?
Sure. What's your name?
If you can make it out to Christopher Stevens. I think you knew him.
Oh, no, just I'm not going to make it out to Chris Stevens.
What difference does it make?
Here it goes. Here.
Yep.
We know that Hillary's an insecure person. Secure people don't lie. They don't lie inveterately the way she does.
Hillary Clinton points to her time in the White House as a large part of her qualification for the job as president. But most of the news media has conveniently forgotten that her time as First Lady was mired in controversy.
The core of the controversy is how truthful Mrs. Clinton has been in answering questions, sometimes under oath, about Whitewater and other matters.
She was the first lady to come under criminal investigation. In both Little Rock and Washington, D.C., she was plagued by numerous scandals.
I finally parted company with Hillary Clinton when I saw how she was using private detectives to investigate the women who were linked to her husband. Not to change him, not to reform him, not to make him a better person, but to cow the women into silence so that he could get elected president. I do not want that woman controlling the IRS or the DEA or the NSA or the FBI or the CIA. Not in a democracy, I don't.
One thing about Hillary, Bill was just a good timing guy. But Hillary, she's an animal. Hillary is the one that I promise you, she pulls the strings. She pulled them in Arkansas. She pulled them in the White House when she was there as the First Lady. And my God, if she gets to be president.
Take a deep breath and relax and just, sit back, because here they come again. We're going to have to just ride through this as we have so many of these other false accusations.
Yeah, that's who we're dealing with. That's who we're talking about. There at the end was, towards the end was Dick Morris, where he talked about that. The other gentleman that spoke at the beginning and spoke at the end, apparently he was part of the Clintons' campaign back in Little Rock, Arkansas, and he spent a lot of time with him. He knows him very well, and it's just a very scary, very tumultuous time right now. And speaking about the violence and wanting more violence, and here's how we control the people, but with violence, Hillary Clinton spills the beans on herself just a little bit more in an interview.
And then, frankly, there are those who are saying the best thing that could happen to us is be attacked by somebody. Just bring it on, because that would unify us. It would legitimize the regime.
That's the reason I say, if anybody's going to do it, we ought to do it, because we have the capability of doing it.
We're not going to give anything up, and in fact, we're going to provoke an attack, because then we will be in power for as long as anyone can imagine.
Yes, that's her speaking. Yes, these are playbooks from Saul Alinsky's plays from Saul Alinsky's book, Rules for Radicals. This is what you do. This is the takeover of a country. We are in a coup, folks. It's official. Carrie and I, here with Smith Radio, we've been doing this for years. This is just what we do. We love doing this. If you want to help us continue to do this, get us out there on the ground. Let us use our press passes like we can to get there into the Trump rallies, Trump campaigns, and to be able to travel. Make this mobile. Go to our GoFundMe page. Help us out just with anything you can. And if nothing else, at least share the GoFundMe page. Share it with your friends, your family, people that you know that are Trump supporters. It's GoFundMe.com/Smith Radio, and then the number 3. I believe that's the campaign. If nothing else, search the GoFundMe page, and you can get Smith Radio will come right up. And then one last thing, we've got to get this out. Hillary Clinton must lose, and this is a couple of minutes long, but it's very important. You've got to hear the common sense that Sargon of Akkad makes and why Hillary Clinton must lose. Listen to this real quick.
Hillary Clinton must lose the 2016 presidential election is because of the sources of her financial backing.
Okay. And the emails that are being leaked by WikiLeaks proves what Sargon of Akkad proves what he's saying. So this isn't just made up make-believe stuff. This is fact. WikiLeaks is showing that Hillary Clinton is being paid and bought for by Wall Street, foreign governments, terrorists, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is funding ISIS, also funding her. So she's beholden to all these people.
The sources of a person's income are their interests. These are how this person pays the bills. This is how they live their life. And so they keep these interests in the forefront of their mind before making any major decisions as to not accidentally endanger their own interests through an incompetent decision. And he who pays the piper calls the tune. Over the course of Hillary's career, she has taken millions from Wall Street, from major banks, from international corporations, and from various massive media entertainment conglomerates.
Oh, right. And
when people call Hillary the...
Oh, no, and the WikiLeaks did show the Crucifer 2.0 hacked the Clinton Foundation and dumped all the information of all the donors. And it's an absolute fact. It is unbelievable. Fox News, there's 4 or 5 different Fox News branches that have donated to Hillary Clinton. CNN, MSNBC, all the media outlet. They all donate to her.
Corporate candidate. They're not being flippant. This is a literal description of the people who finance her career. The overwhelming majority of her campaign contributions have been large individual contributions.
That's interesting he says that, because Donald Trump has made the most amount of his money has come from donations under $200.
If you're not making large individual contributions to Hillary's campaign, she doesn't care what you have to say. Not listening to you will not cost her money, whereas if she doesn't listen to the people who have consistently given her money over her career, that will be a very expensive proposition. She is incentivized to do what they want. And on top of this, she's further incentivized by taking at least $153 million in speaking fees from 2001 to go and speak at places like Goldman Sachs. It's the most incredible gravy train you can imagine.
They also stopped Bill Clinton from speaking on Wall Street and collecting, tens of thousands of dollars at the beginning of her campaign because the optics weren't right. Just didn't look good right now. We'll postpone that speech till later, okay, hubby?
Bernie Sanders explained it perfectly.
Senator Sanders, you've said that the donations to Secretary Clinton are compromising. So what do you think of her answer?
Not good enough. Here's the story. I mean, let's not be naive about it. Why over her political career has Wall Street been the major campaign contributor to Hillary Clinton? Now, maybe they're dumb and they don't know what they're going to get, but I don't think so. Here is the major issue when we talk about Wall Street. It ain't complicated. You got 6 financial institutions today that have assets of 56%, equivalent to 56% of the GDP in America. They issue 2/3 of the credit cards and 1/3 of the mortgages. If Teddy Roosevelt, a good Republican, were alive today, you know what he'd say? Break them up. Reestablish Glass-Steagall. And Teddy Roosevelt is right. That is the issue. Now, I am the only candidate up here that doesn't have a super PAC. I'm not asking Wall Street or the billionaires for money. I will break up these banks, support community banks and credit unions. That's the future of banking in America.
Quick follow-up, because you...
Thank you.
I'll tell him. In my view, Secretary Clinton, Congress does not regulate Wall Street. Wall Street regulates Congress. And we have got to break up these banks. Going to them and saying, please do the right thing.
No, that's
is
not
kind
what,
of naive.
Yeah, you heard it from Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, and I don't agree with him on much because he is an outspoken communist. Bernie Sanders talking about breaking this up. Breaking up this system, this incestuous system that is all intermingled, interlocked, intertied, pay to play, quid pro quo. You do this, I'll do that. Let's all orchestrate this, and we'll all get rich on the backs of the hardworking Americans. I'm done, folks. I'm done. We can't keep doing this anymore. It's not possible. All right, we'll do this one. You know how the campaign's always blaming Trump for the birther movement, blaming Trump for this, blaming Trump for that, because that's what they do. Lie, cheat, and steal. blame other people, no personal responsibility. That's how they roll. Well, oddly enough, Fox Business News did a little quick story on this.
Now Clinton's super PAC advisor, Paul Begala, and the polling firm Greenberg, Quinlan, Rosner Research. Here are some of the, quote, negative facts the Clinton team wanted to poll for Obama. Obama's father was a Muslim. Obama grew up among Muslims in the world's most populous Islamic country. Again,
okay, this is what Clinton's campaign started all these rumors, started all these things about Obama.
Again, this is coming from the Clinton campaign. Other interesting potential vulnerabilities included Obama did not cover his heart during the national anthem at an event. Obama supports giving driver's licenses to undocumented immigrants. Obama talks about his former use of cocaine as using a little blow. Senior advisor to the Trump campaign, AJ Delgado, joins me now. Good to have you, AJ.
Yes, you heard that. Yes, it was the Clinton campaign, the corporate machine, that corrupt machine that is the Clinton machine. We know it's there. The reason why they protect her, she has been able to raise more money from foreign governments. She's been able to get more rich people richer because she has been able to game the system better than anybody who's ever been known in politics and not get caught, or at least not get prosecuted. So the people that are going to prosecute her either testify against her, either wind up dead or get paid off. Everybody in her that was involved in the email scandal pleaded the fifth. How's that real? Everybody pleads the fifth? Come on. Obviously there's something they're hiding. There's a problem here. If the FBI wants to talk to you and the people that work for you and everybody's pleading the fifth, that's a problem. So we've got all this corruption, all this just really bad character, bankrupt morals, just completely a bankrupt individual. And not only that, but I've got to keep reminding everybody this. Listen, folks, there was 27 days left until the campaign. Today, we're at 21. So this was 6 days ago. 6 days ago was the last public appearance that Hillary Clinton will make until the election. That's 27 days out. 3 weeks and a half run up to the election, and it's just MIA. She's gone. She's home resting. Something. On meds. Coming down from meds. And now we've got reports that people are saying, David Axelrod said, you know what? Maybe she should just skip the third debate. She won the first and second one. She ought to just skip this one. She's got this in the bag. Here's the thing, folks. Her numbers go up when she is missing. When she speaks in public, her numbers go down. She is not favored. Oh, that's something else. There was another email that was leaked that said, made the comment about how morally bankrupt that Hillary is, and that all of this seems to tend to be a character flaw. It's more than just her. There's actually a character flaw in her. She cannot be personable to people. Just tell her to go out there, give a warm-hearted apology, connect with the people, and be emotional. By her not being able to do that, she has a major character flaw. That's coming from her own people talking to Podesta through these emails. Man, this ship is sinking. We got a Titanic on our hands. And if she's elected president, come on. You don't think this Titanic is sinking now? She will be riddled for 4 solid years, riddled with nothing but chaos, scandals, corruption. It will be left and right, one after another, and the media will cover her. And if you want Carrie and I to be on the forefront, if you want us to be on the ground, right there, front and center, help us out. We've got press passes. We can be there and report this live and correctly. GoFundMe.com/Smith Radio. Help us out. We're there for you. We're there to get this information out, the correct information out when we can. This is something that Donald Trump said just the other day. God bless him. This is the emotions you need to hold on to. Don't listen to the corrupt media, the crooked mainstream media. Don't listen to them. Don't believe. If somebody comes up to you at work or on the streets, or maybe, oh yeah, I can't temperament, this and that. They're talking for it. Say, no. You've got it wrong. You're listening to the wrong people. This is Donald Trump.
The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people.
See, Hillary Clinton colluded with the media early on, and she let the media know that Donald Trump was the one that they felt they could easily beat. They made a bad decision. Once again, has she ever made a right decision? They made a bad decision in their favor, but a great decision in America's favor. Folks, if you do not understand Donald Trump, if you do not have a passion for his passion, if you do not get Donald Trump, you're listening to the wrong people. You need to listen to us here. I am dead serious. I will tell you when he's wrong. I've got no problem with that. But I'm telling you right now, I have not found a single instance where he has lied. And when I say lie, knowingly tell a falsehood. Like Hillary Clinton coming under sniper fire. We was under sniper fire. When the video clearly showed. And the thing is she lies so much that she can't help herself. She can't help but to lie. She lies so much and so often. It's just a part of her. It's who she is. It's her makeup. It's like a habit. It's like smoking. It's like alcohol. It's like heroin. You know, it's those people who bite their nails and chew them all the way down to the nubs. Can't stop doing it. Can't stop doing it. That's her. She can't stop lying. But she didn't even need to lie about sniper fire, but she did because that's who she is and that's what she does. Never let a crisis go to waste. And lastly but leastly, Chelsea Clinton, this pathetic little talking about Anthony Scalia and the Second Amendment.
It matters to me that my mom also recognizes the role the Supreme Court has when it comes to gun control. With Justice Scalia on the bench, one of the few areas where the court actually had an inconsistent record relates to gun control. Sometimes the court upheld local and state gun control measures as being compliant with the Second Amendment, and sometimes the court struck them down. So if you listen to Moms Demand Action and the Brady campaign, kind of major efforts pushing for smart...
So wrong. She's happy that Scalia's dead and passed on so that they can push their agenda of gun control through the House, through the Senate. The numbers are falling out. The numbers show, the government numbers, independent numbers show that gun violence, gun death, accidental suicides, one after another, are down. Way down. Folks, it's just not true. Wow. Fastest hour you're going to spend anywhere here on Smith Radio. Your host, Brian Smith, giving you all the details that you didn't hear because you were sleeping. That's okay. Wake up, have an incredible day, go at it, and go at it with information. Find us on GoFundMe.com and help us out so we can help Donald Trump.
With unfathomable power.
What kind of power?
Unfathomable. It's
that without fathom